What's up, e-bikers? Today we're going to talk about pedals. So most people don't give two thoughts about their pedal system that they have, but I do actually. I have a lot of folding pedals. I wish there were some better folding pedals on the market, but today we're going to talk about these Arclights. These are from Redshift here, and these are really great safety pedals. So they come with LED lights. I'm going to show you how they work and talk about them here, but stay tuned to the end. I'm going to tell you about the most expensive pedals you can buy in the world. And the price is pretty much the price of an e-bike. So stay tuned for that at the end. But today we're going to get into these pedals and show what they're all about. All right, so shout out to Redshift here. They sent me these pedals. I actually asked them for it because I've always wanted to get these pedals. I saw these years ago when I first started doing e-bike stuff. They also sent me a suspension seat post as well. I'm not going to install that today, but I do want to show it off because it's pretty nice. Here's the spring fork, the spring for it here. It's reminiscent of the the bike case ones and the Suntours and stuff. So I got to find a bike to put this on. This is a 31.6 diameter, and they also sell handlebars. They sell some other pedals as well. So check them out at redshiftsports.com, and appreciate them for sending that out. Another day for the seat post here, but let's get over to the pedals here. These are the Arclight Pro flats. And they've got the kind of, the pins on here for grips and stuff. This is the right one. This is where you charge the LED lights. So you get 4, you get 2 on each pedal. So let's install those now. And these will last, on eco mode, they'll last 36 hours in the flash, eco flash. For regular flash, it's 11 hours. And for continuous, it's like 3 hours plus. Oh, there we go. All right, so let's do the first one here. So here's the button. That is bright. Wow. So there's the flash. There's another flash. I guess I'm not sure which flash is which in terms of eco versus that. So you got a red light as well. That's pretty cool. And okay, so you got white and red and different flash modes for each of those colors. Very cool. So let's stick these in here. They're magnetically sealed, I guess. It's pretty cool. So you could have white on one side, red on the other, for example, if you want to do that. That's pretty cool. These are big pedals, too. They're beefy. They're pretty thick. They're good. Almost an inch thick, looks like. Let me get my tape measure in here and see how wide they are. Where did my tape measure go? Here it is. By the way, I'm going to be working on my e-bike garage here this spring. Here, I just bought some paneling for the back wall over at Lowe's. So we're going to put the paneling up in the back so I can have a little more of a studio back here, get some kind of carpeting or mats or something. So this will be my e-bike studio, I think, going forward at some point here. So hope to get to that soon. It's been frigid here in Connecticut, so these are like 4 inches wide by 3.5. And they're almost an inch. They're like, I'd say 3/4 of an inch overall. So nice thick pedals and perfect for a bike like the Escape Ranger here, which I'm putting these on here. My 120-pound e-bike, heaviest bike I own, fastest bike I own. And I want to be safe here on the road, so we're going to put these on and check them out. All right, first up is taking these logos off. So I have a Park Tool pedal wrench here that fits on these. So the left side pedals, they screw on counterclockwise. So you have to do it this way. And I got my bike grease. I'm going to put some bike grease on these arc lights as well. You don't have to, but it just makes getting them on and off easier if you do a lot of work with your e-bikes like I do. There's some pretty thick cranks here on the Escape. Now, you know what? These don't have the same type of flathead screw on there, so I don't think this is going to work. Well, I mean, I don't think this thing's going to work. Yeah, that's not going to work. So I got to do this manually, I think. It's up to you. Apply by grease. Okay, we did that. Then I follow through. We did that. Counterclockwise. Oh, I'm supposed to do it from behind the crank. Okay. So 8mm hex wrench is what we need. I think I have one in here. Here's an 8 right here. Okay, so let's see. Okay, there we go. Nice. First time I've had a pedal like that. It screws on backward. There you go. Now you just click these on. Look at that. That's cool. Very nice. This should be really cool at night as well. Look at that. Nice. Night lights. So if you do need, commuting at night or a lot of riding at night, then these are a simple, easy feature to add to your e-bike overall. So, all right, let's do the other side. Wellgo makes pretty much every pedal in the e-bike world that I've seen. What we really need is a nice thick pair of folding pedals that are durable, because I've yet to see those on the market. I've got a pair on my rattan. Let me see if I can show those to you in a second. But I wish that we could get some better folding pedals on the market. Get this in here a little bit. Okay, let's turn these on. There we go. Yeah, so here's the folding pedal on my rattan. It's from Light Plus is the manufacturer or the brand. And get some pedal scrapes on here. These are thin, but they do fold pretty well. I'd love to see just a slightly bigger version of these on the market, and in different colors as well. People like colors on their pedals, so manufacturers, if you're listening, definitely look at pedals as a place you could make some money on innovating and different color choices and styles, stuff like that. So one thing I just noticed too is I turned the camera on, but the lights on the pedals were not moving. They weren't flashing here. You see how they turned off? I think they're motion activated. So when I put the bike up, look at that. They kind of go on. So that's kind of a neat feature as well. So they're kind of like auto shut off. But I'm going to sit on the bike here and see if I can pedal backwards here for you. Yeah, my derailleur is not great, but yeah, here you go. You can kind of see that. That's, I can see the lights going. Pretty cool. Let's change up the, now it's just solid. There's the button. There we go. What do you think, guys? Worth $200? I'd say yeah. If you're doing a lot of riding on these things at night and you want to be seen, I mean, these pedals are pretty slick. There's some close-ups. That's pretty sweet. And here's the other side as well. Again, about 200 bucks on Amazon or redshiftsports.com. I'll throw a link in the video description here. But now this bike is much safer than it was, so gotta love it. Well, there are some instructions that come with the pedals in here. There is a warranty as well. Operation tips. Standby mode. After 30 seconds without sensing movement, the light modules will turn off and enter standby mode. They will turn on again when slight movement is sensed, so that's cool. After 150 seconds without sensing movement, the light modules will enter sleep mode. They will turn on again when heavier movement is sensed. There's a 24-hour shut off, and pretty cool. Here's your instructions. First press, steady light. You get 3 hours of battery life. Second press, flash, 11 hours. Third press, eco flash, 36 hours of battery life. So there you go. All right, guys, check them out. And there's the Arclight Pro flats, pedals for any kind of bike, not just e-bikes too. So there you go. Okay, now for the most expensive pedals you can buy. Now these are meant for cyclists. So according to Gemini, the most expensive pedal bicycles are typically high-end models that integrate dual-sided power meters or utilize exotic lightweight materials like titanium and carbon fiber. They list a couple of these here. Garmin Rally RS210, around 1,200 bucks. Look X Trek dual power pedals for MTB and gravel riding. These can be found for around 1,700 bucks. So here's the Look Tracks I found online. I think about 1,200 bucks. And pretty crazy prices for a pair of pedals. But those road cyclists are fanatical about their performance, I guess. Here's the Garmin's, $11.99. And yeah, that's how much you can spend on pedals, guys. That's pretty crazy. You can buy electric XP4 for that. So, but it comes with apps and stuff like that you can use to track your cadence and your heart rate and speed, I guess, along with those Garmin displays and stuff. So there you go. Expensive pedals out there, but check out the Arclights. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys.